You stand at the threshold of a new morning, and a simple sentence rests like a compass in your pocket. Collect adventures, not souvenirs. Say it aloud. Let it sit against your chest. It is not a dismissal of beauty or keepsakes, but an invitation to choose courage over accumulation, to let life's richest artifacts be the stories you return with, not the boxes you bring home. Imagine a world where every step becomes evidence of a life lived with curiosity. Let that image settle in and feel the spark that says, there is more to gather than things. You know why a trinket can feel like proof. It sits on a shelf and whispers, "You were here." But that whisper can sour into a hush if the object is all you have. When you gather adventures instead, your proof becomes a living archive. Conversations remembered, courage stretched, fear outpaced. Those moments live inside you, warming your compass when life gets foggy. This is the difference between keeping a thing and being kept by an experience, and you get to choose which legacy you carry. So, decide. Not with pressure, but with the quiet force of someone who knows the nights they have sat awake thinking, what mattered today? Choose the story that lights you up rather than the shelf that collects dust. Let the next purchase be a ticket, a trail, a lesson, something that changes you. As you fold that choice into how you travel, how you love, how you spend your afternoons, notice how the world rearranges itself around meaning. Keep that ember. There is more to come. Remember a journey that taught you more than textbooks ever could. Maybe it was a midnight walk through a foreign city, a dirt road where rain taught you patience, or a mountain pass where your breath matched the rhythm of your heart. Those experiences rearranged something inside you. When you gather adventures, you're gathering lessons disguised as landscapes. You come back with new ways to speak to others, new ways to hold your own hand through storms. Hold that image now and let it remind you that growth often wears dust and salt. Adventures are rarely solitary. When you choose the road over the mall, you invite others into the unfolding. You will laugh with people whose names you barely remember later and learn the shape of generosity from strangers who become friends. This is how communities are forged, by shared sunsets, by mutual missteps, by the oddities of language that become private jokes. You become part of something bigger, and that belonging enriches every memory you bring home. Keep that warmth, because the next bend holds another connection. There is a currency you earn that no bank can hold. Time invested in curiosity, conversations where you listen, nights awake under unfamiliar constellations. This currency buys empathy, patience, and perspective. When you spend it, you don't lose, you compound. You come back with an inner atlas, routes you can take when doubt appears. Let that inner map be your true souvenir, and know that every small risk you take deposits into a treasury of self you can always draw from. Ready for the next route? To prefer adventure is to prefer uncertainty with open arms. You will feel the tug of comfort pulling you back to rooms and routines that feel safe. But courage is not the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. Each time you choose a lived moment over a glossy memento, you practice bravery. You prove to yourself that your story is worth risk. That practice compounds until one day you stand on a ridge and recognize the truth. You are made of journeys you dared to take. Keep stepping. The summit is ahead. There are moments that sting in the instant and shine later. Missed trains, storms, awkward conversations. These hard edges polish you. When you collect the story, instead of the trinket, the sting becomes instruction. You learn to read weather in more than skies. You learn how your heart holds up under pressure. Those memories, their texture and scent and sharpness, become the proof that you endured and transformed. Hold on to that proof. It is the architecture of your resilience. Move forward now, carrying the lessons like a compass. At the peak, you realize the view was never only outside. The climb rearranged you. You find patience where you thought impatience lived, humility under pride, and the ability to hold multiple truths at once. The summit asks not for trophies, but for the softening of your edges and the broadening of your heart. You come down changed, and you bring back a different kind of souvenir, the knowledge that you are capable of more than yesterday. Keep that truth with you as you continue onward. If you want to change what you bring home, begin with small rituals. Choose one weekend to be a new place day, a different trail, a new cafe, a spontaneous route. Trade one purchase for one experience each month, a class, a ticket, a day trip. Keep a travel notebook or a voice memo of the moments that take your breath away. These small practices create a habit of prioritizing life lived. Start with one step today and watch it multiply into a life defined by exploration, not accumulation. Bring your stories into the circle. Tell your friends about the kindness you found, the mistake that taught you, the view that stopped you in your tracks. Offer the lessons you gathered. When you trade souvenirs for stories, you gift others permission to try too. Some of us will be comforted by your courage, others challenged. All of us will be changed. This sharing knits a community that values growth, curiosity, and compassion. Keep sharing. Someone is waiting to be inspired by your next tale. Collect adventures, not souvenirs. Let those words be the compass you consult when choices feel heavy. The life you imagine is made from small yeses to curiosity, to fear-faced, to conversations pursued. It's built in kitchens and in mountain passes, in whispered confessions and loud, breathless laughter. Carry the lesson. Memories enrich identity in a way objects cannot. If this idea moves you, bring it home into your daily life. Subscribe to join a community that chooses growth. Share this with someone who needs permission to wander, and tell us below, what adventure changed you? Collect the lessons, share the love, and step forward together.